Hi, my name is Kalina Reynolds. Welcome to my channel. If we haven't met, I'm a full-time toddler mom with a 5-month-old baby girl on the way, and today I'm here to share with you practical tips to feeling more calm at home. This can be for full-time moms or parents like myself, or it can be for anyone who's just trying to create a little bit more balance and a little bit more harmony in their everyday life. So here's some 6 tips, and if you stay till the end, I'll give you a 7th tip as well. Thanks for watching. Tip number 1, get up earlier than your kid. I know, that's a really hard thing to ask. I am pregnant, it's hot outside. The last thing I want to do is lose any more sleep. I'd rather just peel out of bed and just wake up when my kid wakes up right now. But I'm telling you, on the mornings where I get up, even if it's just 5 or 10 minutes before his usual wake up time, and just get to center myself. Maybe I get to go outside, put my feet in the grass, ground, do a little bit of breath work or meditation, just make a cup of hot tea, or do a little bit of reading or a little bit of journaling or a 5-minute conversation with my husband before the chaos of the day ensues. That is so helpful and can really set you up mentally for success and grounding and calm through the rest of your day. The second tip is simplify your scope. I know this is asking a lot. I'm someone who, before kids, could go all day and never stop. I could just keep cleaning, keep running errands, keep working, keep doing things, and not realize how tired I was until I stopped after a couple hours and then got up and tried to do something again and realized how much rest my body actually needed and I wasn't giving it. So simplify your scope. It's okay, you're not gonna get everything that you wanna get done every single day. So instead of setting yourself up for disappointment by picking 20 things that you're ambitiously trying to accomplish, pick 2 or 3 key things that you really wanna do. For example, I am going to stay on top of the kitchen mess today. It's just the one area where I'm just gonna nail it and I'm gonna do laundry. Great. So that will probably take 1 or 2 hours just itself of time that I have to manage around my son and everything else that I'm doing in the home. So just picking something really simple, but being able to accomplish those things to completion will make you feel so gratified. And if you're not able to do those things that you want to do, outsource them or let them go. So some days it's just not in me to do all of the things that I'm trying to do, even if it feels like they're all necessary. So I'll outsource them to my husband, who is pretty cool about it most of the time. Or I will just say, am I going to be able to wake up tomorrow and this isn't done and can I go on with the rest of my day or maybe do it tomorrow? And sometimes you just have to make those choices to get you through the day. This third one is maybe my favorite. I'm gonna call it getting ing time, I-N-G. So I notice for me, moments where I feel really overwhelmed in my home are not moments where I'm doing so many things. It's the fact that when I'm doing those things, I'm not being the present, mindful mom that I wanna be and engaging with my son. So in those moments, I go, I need some ing time. So that can mean playing, singing, dancing, wrestling, building a fort, whatever it is that you can do that's low barrier of entry, free from complications and complexities of toys and other things. And it's really just you with your child doing something silly together. So I'll share right now, my son's favorite ing thing is a game called You're So Crunchy that we play, where I sit on my dog's bed. He goes across the other opposite end of the room and I go, you're so crunchy. And then he runs over to me, dirty dancing style. I lift him up, I softly toss him on the ground and I tickle him. And then he runs back and we repeat that for about 10 minutes. So getting that ing time just for a few minutes, once or twice a day to help you reset that connection with your kid and help you get into that mindset of presence can be so helpful. So if you're at home like me full-time, make sure that you're trying to do that a couple times a day. If you're working full-time, totally get it. Maybe you're only able to do it once a day, but just make that time to have that one-on-one time with your kid in that really silly, simple, playful way. The third tip is integrate. I have been talking about this in a couple of my videos because I really do think it's been one of the most helpful mindset shifts in my life that's made things so much easier. And that's integrating what you're doing in your day-to-day with your kid. So when I was first a mom, I felt like I had to do everything over here, and then this was the time with my kid over here. It felt like I either had to choose between getting things done and spending time with my son, and that just never felt right to me. And I felt like I was never able to really find that balance. It's not perfect right now, but it's so much better because there are so many things that I've taught my son how to do or given him access to do on his own that makes it so that we can sort of go through the house in a flow together, where I'm doing something and he also has something to do, or maybe he's helping me to whatever extent is reasonable for his age and abilities in that task as well. So for example, if we're in the kitchen and I'm about to serve some food, he can grab his own utensils from his designated drawer, his own cup, he can get his own water, he can grab his bib, he can even take my plates off the counter and put them onto the table for us to eat. And that not only is a great opportunity for him to build some independence, but it also actually does help take things literally off my plate. So that's my third tip. I promise I can count. This is actually tip number 5. The last one was tip number 4. Get out of the house. I really sometimes despise the term stay-at-home mom because I am only home some of the time. In fact, I try to be out of the house as much as possible in the 85-degree weather that we're having right now in Southern California, because when I'm not at home, I can't be driven crazy by the things that are unfinished or the things that I'm trying to accomplish at home. So getting up early, going for walks, getting out of the house, whether that's going to the grocery store, going to a park, seeing a friend, going on a walk, it really doesn't matter what it is. Just get out of the house. It doesn't matter for how long, just don't be stuck in your house all day because your home will collapse in on you and just drive you crazy. My last tip is minimize the toys. So reducing down the amount of toys that you have is so beneficial for the whole family. And let me tell you why. When you're in a grocery store and you go to the honey aisle and you try to pick your favorite brand of honey, it's so hard to make a decision because there's 40 different brands. Maybe you're crunchy like me and you want something specific, locally sourced, organic, raw, something like that, and it's a little bit easier. Still, there's so many choices and you get fatigued just trying to make those decisions. Your toddler is exactly the same way. If they are presented with a mountain of toys and they have to choose 1 or 2 toys to play with at a time, the likelihood that they're actually going to stick to playing with something is so low. So help set them up for success by giving them fewer choices. Not only does it help with mass because you're not constantly having to pick up toys and tripping over toys and giving them responsibility to help you pick things up, but it really does make things easier mentally for your toddler, and it helps them use more creativity and pushes them to use the things that they have in a more creative way. The playroom is not the only place that you can impact this. I find that a place that gets cluttered a lot for me is the bath, because my son is obsessed with containers and things that pinch right now. So all of a sudden my bathtub will be filled with cups, tongs, tweezers, all kinds of weird stuff. And all of a sudden the little nice space that I made for his few toys is now overflowing and completely taking over the bathtub. If you have a bigger bath, maybe that is fine for you. I have a really small bathtub and a really small bathroom, so that is just not sustainable for our lifestyle right now. So paring down the bath is also a really great place. Paring down the toys in their room is a great place. I'm not suggesting that you get rid of things, just minimize the things that are out and available for them to use. Another huge one that I really need to do because it's been driving me absolutely bonkers is the outdoor play space. I feel like we're one of those people. I think I saw 4 different bicycles outside the other day. My son already knows how to ride a bike. He doesn't need his little tricycle anymore. Why is that still out there? I have another baby on the way. I could put it in the garage, make sure that it doesn't get so much sun damage and we can actually use it again. So outside is another really great place. Or even the car. Maybe that car is just turning into a huge black hole like mine does sometimes. You don't even know where things are because they're all piling up in the car. So minimize the toys in all of those spaces, and I promise you it will minimize the headache and help you create more calm in your home. My bonus tip for you, which is sort of related, is to get frustrated productively. So what do I mean by that? Toddlers are not able to regulate their emotions. Shocker. I also, as a 35-year-old woman, sometimes struggle with that, especially being pregnant. Now, kids don't do what we tell them to do most of the time. They do what we do. So if you're in a tough moment with your kid, or you're having a tough moment and you don't know how to manage your way through that, demonstrate for them how to be frustrated. Demonstrate for them how to be mad. For us, this has looked like going into my son's room, which is less stimulating, it's smaller, it's just an easier space to contain those feelings. And doing me demonstrating things. Maybe I'll say, Quinton, I'm feeling frustrated right now because I and Z. I'm gonna take some breaths now to help me feel more calm. You're welcome to join in if you'd like. And I will sit there and I will breathe in through my nose, out through my mouth. I will roll my neck or do some gentle body movements. I will clench my fists and then release. Maybe I'll tell him, hey, do you want to do a handstand right now? That might make you feel better. So whatever it is that works for you, show them how to be frustrated. An extra bonus and something that we've been trying to do every night with our son is vocalizing what we're grateful for. If you're able to get up in the morning, that's a great time to think about the things that you're grateful for and what you have now, instead of focusing on the 20 things that you need to get done that day or the things that aren't going right. And the end of the day is also a really great time to do that. So after we've done bath time and bedtime, we're in our room with the light off, I'm rocking my son, we will talk about what we're grateful for. So I'll go first, and then Dad will go, and then Quinton will go. And some of the things that he comes up with are really sweet. So not only is it a great thing to do to keep the positive things in your life at the forefront of your mind, but it also might open the door to some really original and funny or heartfelt things that your kid says, which will just touch your soul and make you feel so good as a parent. I hope you find more calm in your home from using some of these tips. If you have extra tips that I haven't thought of, please drop them below, and maybe I'll think of more and do a part 2 of this video. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.